Hey everyone, hang on a second. Let me get this camera up a little higher so you're not looking at just my nose. This is Maury Curtis Dunbar from Painted Studio. I'm Jennifer's guest retailer today. And normally I demonstrate one or two products and just kind of show how they work, but I thought today I would teach a finish because I got asked today. We got a little notification that needs to go away. Hey Carrie, nice to see you. So I got asked, when am I going to teach another finish? I said this morning, I don't know, but I hadn't decided what I was doing today, so we're doing a finish, and we're going to play with all kinds of products. Hey Barb, nice to see you. All right, so I'm going to turn over to the easel, and we're going to jump right in. Now you're going to be stuck looking at the back half of me from time to time because I'm left-handed, and all my products are over there, but to keep you in camera, I have to stand to the right side. So what we have here on our board is a piece of polystyrene, and sometimes I cut my boards, sample boards in half just to give me a smaller surface to work on when I'm just playing with it. So here we go. This is polystyrene, and I have painted it with Set Coat dark brown to get a dark background, and then I rolled on our Artsyville foil adhesive. Do I have my can over here? So you can see it. Artsyville foil adhesive. So that's already applied to the surface. You don't need to watch me roll stuff on you. I'll have rolled plenty of things. All right, so I'm going to grab a foil. Ducking under again. Sorry, you're going to have to suck up the me ducking in and out like that today. That's how this is going to work. And we're going to use our old Colorado foil. It's gorgeous. Hey Michelle, nice to see you. All right, so I've got a piece of the foil, and these are VMAS foils, so they want to curl. So you have to be kind of slow and careful when placing them, because you see how this just rolled back on my board? So you're not going to be the only one fighting it. It's a thing with this foil. It won't hurt anything. Just take it and smooth it down. First, I smooth it with my hand. My hands are always a little on the warm side, so the foil likes my hands. And what you're hearing is little air bubbles under the surface that I'm sort of working to the edge, but it actually also helps to release the foil. I kind of like to massage my foils a little bit. Well, it's not like I'm getting a massage at the spa, so I might as well massage something instead. All right, and then I'm going to take my scrub brush and scrub vertical and horizontal. If I do this as my only pattern of release, I could get those swirls showing up in my final transfer. We'll find out if I did that this time. Probably not, because I had a really good transfer happening already. Now, first of all, that's old Colorado. Look how beautiful that is. Oh. Oh. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. You know, you all are so kind to me. I appreciate every kind word that you guys say. All right, so what I've done is I've released the old Colorado 100% coverage on the board. If I was doing this on a wall, I wouldn't scrub to the edges. I'd leave a soft blurred edge so that it's easy to go layer of, line to line and not have harsh lap lines. Now you can see I'm about to put on gloves. That's because we're going to have a little discussion on rollers and converter pins. All right, so we're going to use foil adhesive for a positive application, and we're going to use one of our orange rollers. Now that we're not using this one specifically, we're using our Snakeskin Roller. And I know, amazing, I've got this on the roller for the roller handle for the blue rollers. And that's because we sell, and Jennifer makes, converter bars. You just put them right through the core of a regular roller. Let me show you this. These rollers are hollow. So when you want to use the blue rollers, our stamping rollers. See, our stamping rollers all have little pins on the ends. So if you want to use one of these rollers, the way we use these rollers you need the converter bar. All right, let me set all that back down so I can go back. And then once you've used, put the converter bar in here, it fits on this. Now, obviously I've loaded my roller already with foil adhesive, and then I'm doing a hand turn to make sure the actual roller is loaded. Now this is a pain because this one's a little snug on here, and this is a slick surface. So if I tried to just roll it, it would slide right down. So what I actually do is I take my hand on the sponge roller, and it's part of why I have gloves, and I roll the actual sponge because that helps roll this down this slick surface. And yes, it's a kind of a lot of work, but it's worth it. Now, if this was a more textured surface, I wouldn't have to do that because the roller would grab it a little bit. But the fact is that we're using the hard orange rollers that are normally used to stamp through materials, and then we're using a slick surface. So I gave myself the most challenge I could possibly do. So I'm gonna pull this tape off of the surface right now. And I have a hot box in the back, and before anybody asks me, hot box is a dryer box for finishing boards, and it allows me to speed dry stuff so that we can get to the next step. And let's see. I think I left the next board actually just sitting here. I actually did prepare. Take my gloves off. Doing something like this, we have to think a little further ahead than the 15 minutes I normally think. So I had to prep a bunch of sample boards to make sure that we were at the right stage. So this obviously looks like the one we just put away. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Hi, Patricia, nice to see you here. Listen, my back is to the camera most of the time through this, so I won't see your comments and questions until I turn around. So if I don't answer you right away, don't worry. I always go back through the comments and answer. So this is, which one is this? Let me check my foil here. This is Dappled Gold. It's another V-mask foil. And we put it up here. And I have done to this board exactly what you just saw me do with the other one. So I'm going to smooth it down. I'm going to take my scrub brush. And there we go. So we've got the snakeskin pattern already through this, and that in itself is gorgeous. Now, if you look and see right here, this is actually where I dropped the roller on it. Normally, that wouldn't be a great thing, but I like to create finishes that hide my mistakes, and that's what I'm going to do. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our Artsyville texture medium. And I love this stuff. It's like spongy whipped cream. And I mixed a little bit of Van Dyke brown colorant into it. So we're already pre-mixed here. And don't ask me how much I mixed in. I don't know, half a teaspoon maybe. I never know how much I've mixed in because I don't think that way. I generally don't measure unless I have to make big batches for large wall jobs. I just mix it until I get it to that color. And you'll see as I spread this that I haven't even mixed the color completely all the way through because the next step we do after this will make it look even better. All right, so I've got a big blob of texture medium on my trowel, and I'm just gonna sort of jiggle it around. And then I'm gonna knock it down. I'm gonna bring it back this way. And take the big chunk out of it. Mine is the studio can, so stuff gets a little dried out from time to time. So you see, I've just moved the product around, not trying with it very hard. And then we're gonna keep ducking back and forth. You're getting in the back of my head a lot. All right, and then I'm gonna take our diamond roller and roll down. And then, watch, because I rolled through here, I had a little product here and I could double down my diamond snakeskin style pattern. And then all I'm gonna do is take my trowel back and knock it down a little bit. And I'm gonna come in both directions because I don't want it to be too perfect. When you do sample boards, and because this happens to almost everybody, make sure you go over your edges like this, because what happens if you don't, you kind of get all your design in the middle and then this halo of no finish on the sides, and it never looks that good when you're trying to show it to a client. All right, so I'm going to take this one down now. Oh look, I ripped my my plastic off. Sometimes the tape is good, sometimes it's a little extra good. Now, this is the one we did earlier, and I was going to glaze it. Unfortunately, my sample doesn't want to be that dry. It's very humid here today. And so glazing is going to be an issue. So since all this part is still wet, what I'm going to do is put this up here like this, and I'll play with glazing where I know it's dry, which will be right in here, and then you guys will get a nice view. And I'll glaze the other one so it's completely glazed. I'll have it as a complete sample, but you all will be able to see what we're doing. So I'm going to use my Artsyville Glazing Medium. Not that can, that was one I mixed up already. That was one that I forgot I'd done something with it before. All right, let me get a can opener here. Pop it open. So it's our Artsyville glaze. I'm pouring a little in a cup right now. I don't need to make more than that because we're just working, and actually I probably didn't need that much because we're really just going to work in this dry corner right now. But this will show you the difference glaze can make on a surface. And because I mixed this with Van Dyke brown, which is kind of grayish, and the background's a reddish brown, I need to kind of draw them all together. So I'm going to mix in some asphaltum transoxide, probably put a teaspoon in, and some Faux Effects Faux Cream Color brown, maybe. This is an old bottle, so I don't know what I might get it out of here. And, well, that's part of why I'm not getting it. A little piece of tin foil's in the middle. All right, just keep pounding on it. All right, that's clogged, so that's not helping me either. Jeez Louise. Colorant out, drop it in, and grab a mixing stick from right next to me. All right, so we're mixing up that color, make a nice reddish brown glaze. All right, I'm going to duck back under. Now I'm getting to see a nice shot of my gray roots a lot today. All right, so I'm going to now take my glaze, and this is chip brush. I don't know why somebody sent it to me. It's a free one with something. And you can see it soaks into the product and sort of neutralizes it. So you get kind of a more uniform look. And you can make it as light or as darkly glazed, or you don't have to glaze it at all. But I often love a good glazed one. I think this will be like a killer library while my kimono sleeve wants to catch on everything today. So I'm going to come back in here with a little cheesecloth, pat this back so I don't completely bury it. So now you can see the difference that glaze makes. Up here, this is very gray. Down here now, that glaze grabs into it and makes it much more homogeneous with this. And if I wanted to, I could add a second glaze, make it a gold glaze. We could make it a metallic any kind of stuff you wanted to even zhuzh it up a little more. So I can't keep going into that area because every time I do, it's actually wet. And I am disturbing the plaster because I literally put this in the dryer about 5 minutes before we went live because I was trying to get everything done today, but it's, it's a work day for me. All right, everybody, so here we go. So you can see now up close where that pattern reads. Look at that pretty texture, medium texture that we can create with rollers, and the background of foils and texture with foils. I love stuff like this. You're only limited by your imagination. All right, let me push this up a little so we're not looking up my nose. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I had a great time doing this. I haven't created a new finish for a little while, and I pulled that one together today. I think it's a great one. It's a super great finish for furniture, for walls. These products are fantastic. Jennifer makes wonderful products. The texture medium, you have terrific open time with the glazes. The adhesive, as you can have, if you know anything of her products, the adhesive is amazing. Now, I will go back through all this. I will read any questions that you all might have and answer them if I haven't answered them just in my general babble. And I will list all the products I used in the post. You don't have to use the colorants I use. The texture medium works with golden products, modern masters products, dry powder pigments, anything that you have you can put into that works with water-based products can be put into the glaze and into texture medium. I think you're gonna love this, folks, stuff. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday. Oh, help Jennifer out. Sprinkle the love. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.